Welcome back to the CaRE2 Cancer Research Link. I am Dr. Folakemi Odedina, the scientific host for the program, and we have a very special program for you today. You all know that the CaRE2 is very passionate about training the next generation of scientists. So we have with us Dr. Debra Lyon, who actually leads a program for the Research Education CaRE. Can you please introduce yourself first to our audience?
Well, thank you, Dr. Odedina. My name is Debra Lyon. I'm a professor at the College of Nursing here at the University of Florida, and one of the favorite aspects of my role is working with you and the group on the retool grants and on the U54.
Awesome, awesome. So we have this CaRE2 program in which we actually have, you leading it for us here at University of Florida, and then we have other leaders in other places. So can you first of all take us back and let us know, why was the Research Education CaRE established? What is the need of the Research Education CaRE for the CaRE2 Center?
I think that's a great place to start. The Research and Education CaRE, we are focused on fulfilling the pipeline for Black and Hispanic scientists who are interested in doing research focused on different areas of cancer health disparities. We have trainees who range from college students to early stage faculty members. So we have a wide range of trainees, but they're all focused on a similar goal.
So that's really great to have that full understanding. Why is REC, or Research and Education CaRE, focused on training minority students?
One of the big problems with cancer health disparities, and it's a problem that goes across a lot of aspects of science, is the people most affected by cancer and cancer health disparities don't have a representative population of scientists to bring the research questions from the community, to bring the research questions in a way that is culturally appropriate and relevant, so that we can actually get better information scientifically as we look for ways to reduce different parts of cancer health disparities.
Absolutely, that is really outstanding. So I know that there's a lot going on with the Research and Education CaRE. Can we start with some of the programs that we have? You talked about that you have a program that is focused on the undergraduate students. Can you tell us more a little bit about that?
One of the most exciting parts of the Research and Education CaRE is developing a cohort of what we call postbaccalaureate trainees. And these are college graduates who have finished their baccalaureate degree. And what we offer them is a year of training focused on cancer health disparities, while they're also getting ready for the application to their next part of their educational trajectory. For many of our post-baccalaureate trainees, they will be going to medical school, pharmacy school, nursing school. Some may go to a PhD in basic sciences. They could be a PhD in the making who's going to develop new techniques in bioinformatics. So we take trainees and postbacks who are very interested in using that year as a segue into the next part of their professional development, with that development being focused on reducing cancer health disparities.
So we may have some students, undergraduate students who are about to graduate, seniors, watching this program and asking themselves, that sounds really great. I mean, I'm in this gap year in which I'm not yet in medical school, and I don't have a graduate program yet, so I'm really interested. But I want to know more about, what do I do within that gap year?
Yes. One of the unique aspects of the post-baccalaureate experience is that the experience will be tailored. What we want to do is to work with our trainees to give them an excellent mentored experience in a scientific manner. I'll give you an example of the young man, our first trainee here at the University of Florida. He wants to pursue medical school. So he has been working hand in hand with a pancreatic surgeon. He has worked in the lab. He has a role in the lab where he's actually learning how to measure tumors, and he's not just watching, he has a role. And when he started, he was a bit tentative. He was a bit unsure about how we were going to bring these experiences together so that he would be better prepared for medical school. He started in February. I saw him earlier this week. He is a part of the team now.
Wow.
He talks very eloquently about what he's learned in the past 6 months. While he's working in the lab, he's also going to seminars here at UF. He's had the opportunity to attend a national conference.
Whoa.
He also, for the first time, submitted an abstract. So hopefully he will get accepted to do a scientific presentation. The other part of his postbac, which is tailored very closely to his needs, is working with him to prepare for his MCAT test for medical school.
Oh, wow.
His physician mentor has good inside information about what does a good package look like for a candidate who's applying to medical school. So he has been working, and I've been working with them as a team to find training opportunities for the MCAT, to help develop his readiness to test, and to really be a support system for him as he uses this year to further his scientific training, but also to develop the strongest application that he can for medical school.
Wow, this is outstanding. I mean, this is ingredients for success. I mean, this is what you need. When you have that gap year, you want to prepare yourself, whether you are doing it to go to medical school or graduate school, you know, that is really outstanding. So what do we have for the graduate students?
For the graduate students, another opportunity that we have at the graduate student level is to become part of what we call a CaRE2 cohort.
Okay.
And what we're looking for are graduate students who have an interest in cancer health disparities. It could be a graduate student who's doing a basic science type of degree. It could be informatics. It could be nursing. It could be almost any type of graduate degree. But we want people from a background that represents individuals affected by cancer health disparities. And what we want to do is to add an extra component to their graduate studies where we don't want to take them away from their primary focus, but we want to give them an augmented experience so that they get to work with cancer research teams and meet some of their other graduate school goals, which is working with interdisciplinary teams, learning how to work as part of a team to develop scientific presentations and publications. And what we're learning from this is we have to be very careful. We don't want to take people off track.
Yes,
but
that's
what
important.
what our students are saying is they're getting a lot out of this, not only from a learning the science, but learning the teams, learning that there are other opportunities to tailor the degrees that they're seeking, and to possibly take their graduate training to a level that is really going to incorporate an aspect of cancer health disparities research.
This is absolutely wonderful. It sounds like you're building a pipeline. So we have the postbac, we have the graduate students. Anything for postdocs?
We have, we bring the postdocs in, the same thing. We don't want to get them off track, but we want to supplement and augment the experiences that they already have. So we talk to them, we try to get a sense of what would be a good augmentation. And we have postdocs who are very interested in publication. We have others who are interested in working with a scientist who is focused on a specific aspect of cancer health disparities. But again, what we're trying to do is bring these postdoctoral fellows into an environment that opens their eyes, that shows them, wow, it's really important that no matter what your professional background, if you have an interest in cancer health disparities, there's important work out there that we need to keep building this pipeline to try to remedy.
Absolutely great. So, of course, then you do have the early stage investigators. Number one, who are the early stage investigators, and what do you have for those ones?
The early stage investigators, ESIs, these are new faculty members who are within 10 years of their terminal degree training. And we always have to be careful because NIH changes the definitions every once in a while. But these are scientists who are now at the faculty level. And some of them are on a clinical track where they have very heavy and deep responsibilities to clinical care, to provide clinical care. Others are on what we call the tenure track, where they're developing their package for the tripartite mission of the university, the research, education, service/practice. So we work with the ESIs, and again, they're on various tracks, they're at various points on the tracks, but we want to serve as a resource for them. We've got some very experienced academicians in our faculty corps, but we also want to, as we're doing with the postdocs, we want to provide information and try to get them to open their eyes and be very enthusiastic about how they too can help us.
Absolutely, that is wonderful. So I know that this is concurrently going on. It's a team. So you leading it from University of Florida, the other leading is from everywhere. So I imagine that this is also going on at the different institutions as well. Is there anything else that is not going on at University of Florida that may be going on at other institutions?
I think at the University of Florida, and Dr. Odedina, I've been in here 5.5 years now, and I'm still finding out new things about the University of Florida. The University of Florida is developing a National Cancer Center designation, so that's very important. There's a big emphasis and focus at the university level on reducing cancer health disparities.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons that we're seeking that NCI designation is cancer care is underserved in the state of Florida. Given our population, given the age of our population, we know that the state needs leadership. And again, it's not just University of Florida. We work with Florida A&M, we work with USF and partners from HBCUs in Florida, who all share the goal of wanting to reduce cancer health disparities in a way that meets the needs of people from different backgrounds and cultures, but in a way that and this goes with our trainees also, it's not a one-way street. We're not just educating them. They are bringing to us the enthusiasm, the passion, the specific knowledge that they have of culture. So, you know, as I said at the beginning of talking with you, this is a part of being a senior professor that it's very enthusiastic, something that I always get more out of than I put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. That is really wonderful. And as you mentioned, the Florida A&M University, is there anything uniquely going on at Florida A&M?
Well, we're partners with Florida A&M, and we're partners, as you know, on the Retool grant. We're partners on the Health Equity Partnership, and we work very well in a virtual manner. However, we see each other. We see the students and the trainees. And we've been working together so long that we see the trainees who are now on the faculty. So it's a really a wonderful collaboration that.
And this is not your first rodeo. I mean, before CaRE2, you were involved in a program that is called the Retool program. Can you talk a little bit more about your experiences
with the Retool program? With the Retool program, this is our chance to really make an impression on our undergraduate students.
Absolutely.
And in the program, we recruit students from Florida. They could come from outside of Florida to come to either FAMU, mostly FAMU, but seeing some of the resources that are different at at universities helps also. So working with our colleagues at FAMU to select the student trainees, it's getting harder every year.
I know.
The word is getting out. We have many more applicants.
Yes.
So part of what we're doing is looking for more funds. We're knocking on doors. We're working with different entities around the university to say, we've got this very bright young student. How can we provide a summer experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the word is getting out. We're getting a whole lot of applicants, and sometimes it's very difficult to take them out, to take all the outstanding ones. So just going back, you know, a little bit more about what you see as the next steps. I mean, there's the retool for the undergraduates, and then there is there's the CaRE2 that kind of takes care of them from post-bacs, you know, all the way up. And I know that even personally for you too, you have mentored.
Yes.
Yeah, you have mentored underrepresented minority students. Is there anything more that we can do?
I think there are natural linkages from the collaborations that we've established. One of the things that we're trying to do in nursing is to get nursing recognized as a STEM discipline.
Yes.
So the more contact, the more understanding that we have of working with students from a lot of disciplines, understanding, you know, as a nurse scientist, how do we get more of these bright young people into nursing? How do we elevate the impression of nursing so that bright young students are considering nursing as a scientific career and career opportunity. So for me, I'm looking at what are the next step with the collaborations that we can not only increase the pipeline for cancer health disparities, but can we do that in a way that is also integrated with us getting more of these bright young candidates into nursing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the College of Nursing actually has a very unique program, because we had one of the retool students who did not have a nursing background and tracked into your program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that program?
Sure.
That is actually an outstanding program.
Yes, a young woman who we worked with in retool over a summer. Hadn't really heard much about nursing, worked with nurse scientists and some other people in her experience, and realized that this might be a career path that was interesting to her. So we have what we call an accelerated baccalaureate program in nursing, whereby we take graduates from, we've actually had bachelor's, master's, and even PhDs who come into nursing. It's a program where they start in May and they finish the next August.
Wow.
And they graduate as bachelor prepared nurses and are eligible to sit for their RN certification exam.
Wow.
So she, after she graduated, came into our program and graduated with her nursing. Wanted to take a little time to get that nursing experience, but hopefully we'll be back to pursue her master's and her PhD.
This is a great opportunity. Yes. I mean, one of the things I know many years ago when I was getting my PhD, that one of the disciplines that I actually admire is the nursing science discipline, because it's so rigorous and it's so grounded in theory, and you know, and there's a lot of publications that comes out. I mean, this is really this is wonderful. Thank you so much for all you do for underrepresented minority and making sure that we have the next generation of scientists who are coming through the pipeline, who will take our place when we retire.
Yes.
Right? Is there anything more that you would like to share with our audience?
I would just say that there are opportunities at so many different levels, and even though a lot of the things that we do they require a high level of detail, a high level of commitment, a lot of hours. It's so valuable and it's so worth it. So I appreciate the many opportunities that I've had to work with you and others and the students and trainees as we think about the very important scientific goal of reducing health disparities in cancer.
Absolutely. I think you are most probably one of my first collaborators in the College of Nursing, and we've been writing grants together since then. So here you have it. Thank you so much, Dr. Debra Lyon, for joining us, and thanks for all the great work that you do. And thank you for joining us on another episode of the Cancer Research Link. It is always great to be with you and for you to learn more about what we do within the CaRE2 Center. Thank you.